gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. As we go down the road to WrestleMania here in Robert Sports Show, our next one is the best world title matches in WrestleMania history. I'm lumping the old World Wrestling Federation Championship, the WWE title, the World title, the big gold belt they used to have, and the Universal title, which unfortunately there are no Universal title matches on here because the only Universal title match at WrestleMania was Goldberg versus Lesnar, and it fucking sucked. Now, this year we have the Universal title match of Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. We have the WWE title match of the phenomenal AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. On paper, what I've seen of these two in the past, Wrestle Kingdom 11, I have a feeling, or 10, Wrestle Kingdom 10, I have a feeling that match may be on here next year. Let's run these best 10 matches down. Number 10 was for the WWE title from WrestleMania 20. The Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle, challenging Eddie Guerrero, Arriba la Laza, or how Eddie said that. Eddie coming in to WrestleMania 20 as the WWE champion. Eddie Guerrero leaving WrestleMania 20 as the WWE champion. Until I watched all these Manias and all the SummerSlams, all the Rumbles, so I started watching this old stuff. I really truly forgot how good Eddie Guerrero was. What a loss it is that he passed away early. I give it 4-star. Number 9 on the list comes from WrestleMania 11. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, first shot at the WWE title at WrestleMania versus his good friend, Big Daddy Cool Diesel. Well, after WrestleMania 11, Big Daddy Cool Diesel retained his title versus Shawn Michaels in a 4-star match. And number 8 on the list also is from WrestleMania 8. Didn't do that on purpose, guys. The WWF title, we had WWF champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair versus Randy Macho Man Savage. Flair winning the title that year at the Royal Rumble. The first time ever the WWF title was defended in the Royal Rumble. Flair came in, won it. He lost the title here to Randy Savage at WrestleMania. We know the history that Savage and Flair had with Miss Elizabeth and everything throughout the years. The feud they had, Savage winning the world title here at WrestleMania 8. I gave it 4.25 stars. Number 7 on the list comes from WrestleMania 24, the World Heavyweight title. The Rated R Superstar Edge defending his title versus Mr. WrestleMania, the King of the Streak, The Undertaker. At that time, you kind of had a feeling that no one's beaten Taker for the streak. We were right. The Undertaker was able to win the world title versus Edge. You look back, hindsight's 20/20, but you look back on the streak, and 6 years later, Taker losing it to Brock Lesnar, and since then losing to Roman Reigns. What would have happened? Just for just shits and grins, what would have happened at WrestleMania 22? I think it's 22 he fought Randy Orton, if Randy would have beat the streak. Or here at WrestleMania 24, Edge was 9-0 at WrestleMania. What would have happened to Edge's career to continue his WrestleMania streak and beat The Undertaker? We'll never know. I give it 4.25 stars. Number 6 on the list comes from WrestleMania 19. WWE title on the line. Champion Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist, versus Brock Lesnar. This is actually it's the 6th best world title match in WrestleMania history. It's one of those matches from WrestleMania like, oh my god, oh yeah, that match was really good. That's back when Brock Lesnar could wrestle. Brock Lesnar winning the title from Kurt Angle, almost killing himself in the process. I gave it 4.25. It was a fantastic match. I love rewatching that match. I will say that WrestleMania 19 was the last time that the main event of WrestleMania had 2 full-time wrestlers. Number 5 on the list comes from WrestleMania 12, the WWE title, and the famous Iron Man match. Bret Hart defending his title versus Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. Shawn Michaels' childhood dream of becoming WWF World Champion came true. 61-minute Iron Man match, beating Bret the Hitman Hart. This is kind of where Shawn became Mr. WrestleMania, Mr. Main Event. Number 4 comes from WrestleMania 31, the WWE title. Started out as a one-on-one match, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. And then, young upstart, not really upstart, but young Money in the Bank winner, Seth freaking Rollins decided to crash the WrestleMania party after losing to Randy Orton earlier in the show. Crashed the party, cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase. The first time ever had ever been cashed in during the match. Seth Rollins coming out of that as WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I gave that 4.5. I believe I gave the title match he had, Lesnar versus Cena versus him at Rumble that year. I think I gave it 4.5 or 4 3/4. So yeah, Seth Rollins pinning Roman Reigns to become World Heavyweight Champion, WWE Champion. Number 3 on the list, I gave it 4.5. Number 3 on the list came from WrestleMania 30. I was there live. You had Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, first match of the card. The winner goes on to face Randy Orton and Batista in a triple threat match for the WWE title. Why not have Tripp win, instead of Evolution main event? It's not what they did. They had Daniel Bryan. The Yes Movement was at its height. They had him beat Triple H, go on to the main event. As a wrestling fan, I'm there live. I mean, the electricity in that building was crazy. We just seen The Undertaker lose. Okay, will they give us Daniel Bryan as world champion? Will WWE do it? Yes, they did. Randy Orton lost his title to the Yes Movement and Daniel Bryan. 4.5 star I gave that match. It was one of the greatest matches I've ever seen live. One of the greatest matches I've ever seen live. Number 2 on the list comes from WrestleMania 17. Probably one of the most iconic WrestleManias. The WWF title. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock in a no disqualification match. Stone Cold was able to beat The Rock. Everything was getting thrown at The Rock, Stone Cold. Vince was out there. Everything was going against Stone Cold. Stone Cold was able to pull it out and become World Heavyweight Champion, the WWF Champion, at WrestleMania 17. I gave it 4.5. The greatest world title match in WrestleMania history comes from WrestleMania 20. Degeneration X members, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, World Heavyweight Champion, Triple H, versus the Crippler, Chris Benoit. Benoit is one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time, I would almost say. I know what he did was horrible. In the ring. I don't give a fuck about the other shit right now. In the ring. What Chris Benoit did in that ring was just amazing. One of my very favorite first matches was Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Benoit on WCW Saturday Night in the Cruiserweight division. Here you have WrestleMania 20, Eddie Guerrero defending his title versus Kurt Angle and winning. Chris Benoit winning the world title in the main event of WrestleMania 20. Him and Eddie celebrated in the ring together afterwards. I give it 4 3/4. It is one of the greatest world title matches, not only in WrestleMania history, in WWE history. So as we continue on the road to WrestleMania, those are the best world title matches in WrestleMania history. Stay tuned to the Robert Sports Show as the road to WrestleMania continues. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content. Have a spiffy night.